Hi, I'm Gina, a consultant here at Rainbow Resource Center, and I would like to give you an overview of the first language lessons for the Well-Trained Mind. This is a 4-year grammar course for your young students in 1st through 4th grade. This program follows a classical approach and is very easy to use with scripted lessons and no teacher preparation. It is designed to be used alongside separate phonics and reading, spelling, writing, and penmanship courses. The goals for this series include training students' ears to listen to the sound of properly spoken language, training their speech to the correct use of grammar, having their attention sharpened by asking them to narrate parts of a story back to you after hearing it aloud, and using correct language in their writing. These goals are reached by providing memory work, copying and dictation, narration, and grammar. First graders copy short sentences while second graders begin copying sentences from dictation. Short stories are read to the child and he or she is asked to recite back to you in his own words or answer comprehension questions. Picture narration is also used in levels 1 and 2. Your child looks at a picture and describes it using complete sentences. Grammar is taught by reciting definitions and rules in rhymes and rhythm chants and by diagramming. The lessons are short, especially in levels 1 and 2, but comprehensive, making it easy for young children to remember. The keys are repetition and practice. Now let's discuss what components are in all 4 levels. There is just one book for level 1 and one book for level 2. Levels 3 and 4 include an instructor manual and a separate student workbook. There is also an optional audio companion CD available for levels 1 and 2. This CD provides theater-quality presentations of the fun poems, entertaining stories, and memorable rhymes found in the books. There are also some original songs to aid memorization of the parts of speech. For levels 1 and 2, everything you need is in the one book. The teacher section is completely scripted and takes the guessing out of teaching. Most lessons in levels 1 and 2 are oral, and students are encouraged to answer questions in complete sentences. For example, one lesson might be on introducing pronouns. The instructor gives the definition, and the student repeats it with the instructor 3 times. Then the instructor goes into a little more detail about pronouns, asks some questions, and the student answers again in complete sentences. The lesson ends with some oral usage exercises to help train your child's ear to correct grammar usage. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are also copy work and dictation exercises included throughout the lessons. The instructor might read a short story for a lesson, and the student answers questions orally or on paper. There are enrichment activities for children who are physically capable of doing more writing. Now, level 1 is generally used with 1st or 2nd grade. Level 2 assumes your child has already completed level 1 and is generally used with 2nd grade students. However, if your 2nd grader has not had a grammar program, level 1 is a good place to start. Then the next year, your 2nd grader can move up to level 3. Levels 1 and 2 contain 100 short lessons. The goal at this level is exposure to grammar and to lay a good foundation. The author suggests doing 2 or 3 lessons per week and reviewing 1 lesson per week over the summer to help students retain the newly learned concepts. In levels 3 and 4, more writing is expected from the student. Level 3 is typically for a 3rd grade student. It introduces sentence diagramming, covers parts of speech, and works on skills in beginning narration. Level 3 reviews everything from levels 1 and 2 and assumes your student has not had any grammar instruction. In this level are also poems for memorization, empty sentence diagram frames, and blank lines for copy work, dictation, and narration. The lessons are a little longer in levels 3 and 4. For example, in level 3, a lesson on direct object begins with reviewing a poem the student is learning to memorize. The definition of a sentence is reviewed, and then the instructor teaches the student what a direct object is and gives several examples while working with the student. Next, the student is taught how to diagram a sentence with a direct object and practices in his or her workbook. There is an optional dictation exercise at the end of the lesson. There are 89 lessons in level 3 and 21 optional lessons at the end of the book. The optional lessons are on writing letters, dictionary skills, and lessons on oral usage. You can complete this course in one school year by spending about 30 minutes 3 days a week on this course. Level 4 is typically for a 4th grade student. This level includes instruction in grammar topics such as parts of speech, punctuation, sentence diagramming, and skills in beginning writing and storytelling. Poem memorization, copywork and dictation, and narration are also included in this level. Level 4 will review Level 3 concepts before moving on to new material. Some of the lessons contain more drill than others. If your student doesn't need the extra repetition, you can skip it and move on. There are about 85 lessons in Level 4 with optional lessons on contractions, writing letters, and dictionary skills. You should plan on spending about 30 minutes 3 days a week on this program. Some lessons are lengthy and should be divided into 2 or 3 days worth of work. Susan Weiss Bauer has written a writing course called Writing with Ease to correlate with first language lessons levels 1 through 4. This easy-to-use program focuses on copywork and narration. Although these skills are presented in first language lessons, they are developed and practiced extensively in Writing with Ease. Now, after your student finishes the first language series, you might be thinking, well, what's next? Well, the publisher of this series has developed a sequel called Grammar for the Well-Trained Mind. This program is also user-friendly and comprehensive and takes students from basic grammar usage and mechanics through advanced English skills. It will progress through 4 years. However, at the moment, the first 2 levels are available with 2 more coming soon. We also have other options for middle school grammar available on our website. Well, this concludes my overview of first language lessons. When I used this with my son years ago, I felt there was just enough exposure to grammar, and the diagramming was introduced in small segments at a time, making it easy to grasp. So take your time to work through this grammar program. Repeat rules when necessary, and allow your child to make immediate corrections. This early presentation to the structure of our language will benefit your child greatly as he or she continues to learn more about the English language. And if you still have questions about this program, we would love to talk with you. We can be reached by email at consultants@rainbowresource.com, by phone at 888-841-3456, or live chat with us at rainbowresource.com.